Welcome to Between the Pages, Kids, Books, and Values. Today we're going to talk about problem solving again, but we're going to talk about how to discover the solutions and how to look at a problem. Now, problem solving is a simple strategy, and there's 5 steps to it. You have to identify the problem. What is the problem? Okay? And then you need to brainstorm the solution, brainstorm different ways you can work it and out. Weigh the solutions, look at the different things you've brainstormed and see which one works best. Choose an action, choose a solution, choose what you want to do, and then act upon it. So there's 5 steps. And children can learn this strategy to find solutions to their daily problems, to easy problems that they encounter, the big problems. And if they have learned this ability, they will discover that their problems are okay. And they don't blame other people. They won't lie or pretend that the problem doesn't exist. Because we all have problems. So I hope you want your children to behave like that, to be people who look and take responsibility for their lives. Being honest and being able to find the solutions of what they have, honest about their problems. So keep telling your kids that every problem has a solution. And all you have to do is find it. Well, first of all, when you go through problem solving and these techniques, you don't ever talk to your child or an adult when they're angry or really upset, because they have no mental capacity. They cannot think properly. They are just, the reasoning part of their brain is shut down. The emotions are, it goes on and on. So you need to give your child space to calm down. If they're really, really angry or really, really depressed, they need space to calm down. And we did talk about, in an earlier video, about finding out we talked about your child's gifts and your talents, and what is your child's really good at. If your child's a bookworm and loves to read, let them go read a book to calm down. If they like music, let them listen to music. If they're into sports, do sports activities. What is best for your child is the activity that your child should be doing. And each child is different. So figure out what's good to help them calm down, and then help them identify the problem. So an example is like, both my sister and I want the same toy. They want the same toy. So what do? Okay, the problem is they want the same toy. So what are brainstorming? What can we come up with different solutions? Well, first of all, there's some rules. We have to talk about the rules for brainstorming. Don't judge or put anybody down. Never allow criticism when you're talking about different solutions. And piggybacking on somebody else's idea is okay. So you can take somebody's idea, you like that, but change it a little, it's okay. Or if it's easier to say what comes to your mind. If you say, I can't think of anything, I can't think of anything. Okay, why can't you think of anything? Ask questions. Ask why. This would work good. Well, why would that work good? Well, because of A, B, and C. Well, why? Well, because of C, D, E. Well, why? If you keep asking why, or you keep asking so what, you ask those questions. Those questions can help you think of different answers. And another way to do problem solving or brainstorming is to turn the problems around. So you switch gear. Instead of looking at what you want, look at what you don't want. And how can you make that bad situation, even worse? And then if you got that situation, then you can look at ideas. The bad ideas, like, if we break the toy, we both want the toy, we'll break the toy. So that nobody can fight over it. I'll just break it. I'll throw the toy away. That's a bad idea. Costs money. Costs somebody money. So that's a bad idea. But taking something bad and then might help you decide something good if you're having a hard time, if you're stuck. So let's say that the children want to play with the toy. They each get 5 minutes to play with the toy. Or the toy gets put away. Or one child gets the toy and the other child doesn't. Child gets to play with something else, play with something while the other child plays with something else. One child can play with a toy and the other gets a cookie. Well, with one child plays with a toy and someone gets to help mom. They get to help mom. So those are just brainstorming, different ideas of what can happen. So then the next step after brainstorming is to narrow the choices down and think about the consequences of each step. What are the possible positive consequences? What are the negative consequences? If they each get 5 minutes to play with the toy, then both get to enjoy the toy. If one toy gets put away, well, consequences, nobody gets to play with it. Well, one child gets to play with it and the other doesn't. That seems unfair. That doesn't seem positive. One plays with something else. Well, that could work depending on the toy, depending on what they want. One gets a cookie while the other gets to play with the toy. Well, they both might want the cookie and forget about the toy. Someone wants to help mommy. Well, this could be good or bad depending on the activity that you're doing with mommy or the child's temperament, what the child likes. So you come up with the consequences, and now you get to choose. Choose which choice is the best one to take. Which solution? What does your child want? And for many different solutions, it's the best one's like obvious. You both share, okay? Or you both give it up and come help me, But let them talk about it. What is the best solution for their family at that time? And then the final step is to take action on what you decide. In our example, it's simple. You get one of those things. You get to play with the toy. You get to help mom. Whatever the action is, it's simple. It's something easy, something you can decide, something that happens right then. But if you're going to be, the problem is you're having a hard time getting your child to school as a teenager and have practices and have this and this and this and you want to buy a car, well then the teenager wants a car and then you have to figure out how to save money and you have all these steps then. That's a more complex problem to figure out, and it takes more action steps and more things that require planning, goal setting. All that kind of stuff happens, but you still need to take action on it to take the first step. Go open a bank account, put money in the bank account for your child, have the child get a babysitting job. That's what you would do. Different possibilities for when your child is a teenager and wants a car. When they're young and they're just playing over a toy, fighting over a toy, different action steps. So to figure out, practice this week. Practice brainstorming with your children. And look for a problem and enjoy your children.